Now, who threw a green dick on the floor of the WNBA? Who did it? Come on.
Type of activity. Yeah, and no one's picked the object up yet. You guys, oh my gosh, okay.
I just had to make a video about this, guys. I had to make a video about the Atlanta Dream versus the Golden State Valkyries game that happened late last night. Of course, unfortunately, I was unable to watch and catch that game, and of course, upload my analysis on that game, breaking it down. I don't want to spend too much time breaking down what happened, but I'll just go over, the basic key factors. Of course, Golden State Valkyries met the Atlanta Dream down there in Atlanta, Georgia yesterday, and they won by 2 points. It was like, what, 75-77? It was a good game, okay? I was actually able to watch it this morning, and right before I did some homework. And in the game, again, like Jordan Canada, 5'6", she's just chef's kiss, okay? Alicia Gray. For the Golden State Valkyries, you have Late. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's French. Kate Martin was cooking up. Amy here. I can't say a lot of these names. I'm sorry, but overall, like, the game was really good. Okay, it was not boring. It was not like a boring blowout. They were very competitive. They just kept getting back to each other. Okay, like it was like a tennis match. They're going back and forth. They're going back and forth. There was not like a large lead. Okay, even though in the third quarter the Atlanta Dream blew it up, it was like they were down like, what, 10 points at the most was the lead. That the Golden State Valkyries had over the Atlanta Dream in the fourth and final quarter. It was like 2.3 seconds on the clock, right? I believe it was Carl Smesco that drew up that Mickey Mouse Clubhouse play. It's 2.3 seconds left, right? The Golden State Valkyries have 77 points. The Atlanta Dream have 75 points. Inbound pass to none other than Brittany Griner. Alicia Gray was literally right beside her. I don't remember who did it. I think it was Jordan Canada who did that inbound pass. Alicia Gray is literally immediately to the right of Brittany Griner. She gonna pass the ball, whoever that was in the Atlanta Dream, passes the ball to Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner tries to put up a mid-range shot, too much to the left, and brick. Game's over. That's the game. The Golden State Valkyries won by 2 points. The game concluded with them on top, having 77 to the Atlanta Dream 75 points. That made me so mad. I'm like, Alicia Gray. She was right there on the 3-point arc. You should have passed the ball to her in that 2.3 seconds, whatever. It was like less than 3 seconds left on the clock. Give the ball to Alicia Gray and let her put up that three. But no, Brittany Griner is not known for like 3-pointers, mid-range shots. She has done more in this current season. She has put up more 3-pointers, okay, and I like that. I love that for her. She's getting more comfortable. She's getting more confident in that. But like watching that game, I was like, now why would they do that? What is wrong with them? Speaking of what is wrong with them, something disturbing, and I ain't gonna lie, guys, call me the bad guy. It was just a little bit of humor. I found a little bit of comedy in it, okay? But overall, I want to talk about like what this indicates about, just not respecting women, respecting women's sports, respecting these women as professional athletes, right? Okay, after the little hee hee ha ha's, okay, it was clownery all up and down my timeline, okay, both on TikTok and Twitter about this very case. And you had Sydney Colson. She tweeted on Twitter, "My bad, I didn't mean to throw it that far." Okay, because I don't want to put up the image. I'm not sure if I'm more than sure I'll get flagged. I don't want that. And again, I'm sure it's a couple of children. Even though my stats show that a lot of people, the main audience of my channel are those like that are older than me, like late 30s, 40s, and 50-year-olds. And again, I love that. I love that for y'all. Please, continue to support my channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Please like, share, subscribe, and always comment, please. Okay. But it might be a child out there. Okay, I always mark my videos not made for children because again, like sometimes I do slip up. Again, I'm gonna be more professional. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be more of a lady, not use so many curse words. I really want to clean that up, right, and be more professional. So again, like in this very inappropriate matter that happened last night's game, I'm gonna try to conserve my language. But we all know I'm gonna say it was an adult toy. I'm not gonna say the D word or any of that. It was a adult toy. I believe this happened in the fourth quarter of the Golden State Valkyries versus Atlanta Dream game. A fan decided, they saying like it was a man, but I don't believe, you saw the police and security, it was a black female security officer. She picked up the toy and took it off of the court because somebody who threw it had landed like in the middle of the basketball court, and you just saw it slide over to like the Atlanta Dream players, like their bench, and where the players sit, the staff, the assistant coaches, etc., etc. And you just saw the shock on Jordan Canada's face, and she was just like, "Oh wow!" Like somebody, I forgot who it was. Somebody was explaining to her like what it was that they found, and she was like, "What is all this commotion?" And there was it was a lot of speculation because people on Twitter and on TikTok are saying things like, "Well, how were they able to even get that toy into the Atlanta Dream Stadium?" Okay, because again, I don't know how they do it down there, but when I was in Chicago and I saw the Chicago Sky take on the Atlanta Dream, ironically, in the Wintrust Arena in Chicago, they took away my tripod. Like this thing Well, this isn't the tripod. Actually, my phone is right here. My iPhone I'm recording on right now is on my tripod, so I can't show it to you guys. Sorry. But I had to put it in a locker along with my umbrella. It was kind of cold and rainy and chilly that day when I went to Chicago last June. It was still cold and rainy. I'm like, what is going on in Chicago, right? They're just really called the Windy City. So I had to put my tripod and my umbrella inside of this locker, and I had to go inside it. So I was like, how do people get like big posters and stuff? Like, could that not be used as a weapon that you could throw at a player, or throw into the crowd, throw into the court that that would disrupt the game? I'm just surprised they even allow anybody to come up in there with anything to throw, right? But people were saying that at the Atlanta Dream Stadium, you actually have to have like a clear bag. Like, you can't have, like, as women, like, we can't have like a purse that's like not clear, like transparent, see-through, because again, like, we don't know if people are here to harm or disrespect the players or anybody else for that matter. They need to know exactly what's on your person. Again, after the humor, yeah, ha ha ha, it was a neon green, well-endowed adult toy. It just goes to show, like, where is the respect? Again, like, this week in women's basketball for the WNBA has been crazy. You know what's crazy? When, again, I see an article right here on Complex Magazine. I see, they posted about this on the Shade Room last night. Okay, the Shade Room. Thank God I've been set free. I do not follow them. But somebody was like, hey, check this out. This made it to the Shade Room. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, everybody was like, kiki laughing. And then half the comments was like, you know what? This is so disrespectful. It's inappropriate to disrespect these women. These are professional athletes. They didn't actually, and some people was like, it wasn't a fan that did it. It was, they said that one of the players was hooping and it just fell out of their shorts. I'm like, will y'all stop? But again, like in like a couple days ago for the Phoenix Mercury game, we see Kalia Copper. She made it to the Shade Room because somebody snatched her wig clean off her head, and the camera was like, like pandering, like actually like zooming in on Kalia Copper running off the court with her wig. And like, that was low key funny too, but that was just so humiliating. Like, I hate being like secondhand embarrassed and like watching both of these occasions. Kalia Copper get her wig snatched literally, and then this adult neon green, well endowed adult toy being thrown out there like for the whole world to see. It's like it's just been a crazy week in the WNBA. Allow me to read you a little article brought to you by Complex.com. Okay, it made it to Complex Magazine. It is titled, Someone Threw an Adult Toy on Court During a WNBA Game. It reads, during the fourth quarter of the Golden State Valkyries and Atlanta Dream WNBA game on Tuesday, players on the court were almost struck by what appeared to be a neon green toy. As shown in a clip of the live broadcast of the game below, the game came to a brief stop after the toy flew past the players and slid across the court. The commentators didn't know how to react to the incident, calling the toy a lime green item. While some of the WNBA players could be seen trying not to laugh, the broadcast also showed a security guard picking it up with a towel and laughing. The commentators, when they discovered what it was, said that it was inappropriate and that the person responsible should be ejected from the arena, and I agree. In a post-game conference, both Valkyries forward Cecilia Zinzolini and her teammate Tiffany Hayes addressed the incident. I mean, first of all, it was super dangerous, and then when we found out what it was, I guess we just started laughing, said Zinzolini per The Athletic. I've never seen anything like that. I'm just glad we worked through that situation. We stayed locked in and we stayed concentrated. Hayes added, yeah, one of our players almost got hit with it, so that's very dangerous. We persevered. Atlanta is freaked out. Okay, let's just say it. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's call it what it is, okay? You don't hear about this happening in the Minnesota Lynx, the LA Sparks, of course, in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, it's very hot. Again, I'm not saying that the person who did this is homosexual, but Atlanta, Georgia, as a city now it's known for Magic City, strip clubs, hip hop, Hennessy wings, just all types of debauchery. Okay, they're very known about it's a very like sex friendly, like sex work culture down there, etc., etc. And it also has a very high population of homosexuals, both men and women. Okay, I don't know if somebody was like really trying to hurt the players, be funny, ha ha ha, let's just do a little prank, or like just try to like humiliate and embarrass them, or try to send a message. I don't know, but that was weird. Okay, Atlanta, please get it together, guys. Respect these women. These are, again, like, I understand, like, some people, it's a lot of beautiful women in the WNBA, right? And people are attracted to them. They stalking them. They got fancy. I just saw Caitlin Clark the other day. Her stalker of 2 years, he got 2 years in prison. Like, leave these women alone, guys. It's not okay to sexualize the players. Again, like, women, we're just so sexualized, objectified so heavily, and it's just so disrespectful. You just don't see this mess in the NBA. Again, I gotta make that comparison and that contrast, rather, because this is a huge issue. People are not going up to LeBron James, stalking him, threatening to R-word him, throwing adult toys on the court. It's like, y'all, enough is enough. And again, it's a lot of attractive men in the NBA, okay? It's a lot of them. It's like, well, Steph Curry is married now, but again, I've always found him to be handsome. Again, but it's like, you know, you just don't see people objectifying and like overly sexualizing and like trying to disrespect and kind of in a way just outright degrade the men in the NBA like they're doing these women in the WNBA, and it's not right, and we need to do something about it. Atlanta, please get it together. Stop being a freaky frog.